as always, we're here. Welcome to our Monday Night Live, talking about immigration, increase in deportations. This just came out literally a few hours ago. The administration announced increase in massive deportations. What does it mean for you? What can we do to protect ourselves? It's crazy. It says, a few days ago, they said they're going to reduce removal for farm workers, for hospitality workers, and today we have a new massive incentive to start deporting more and more people. And and many of you are confused. Can you travel? Can you travel this summer? What's going to happen? So that's what we're here for. Let's talk about immigration. What's going to happen? What does it mean, this new order to start deporting more and more people, specifically focusing on democratic cities, Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, initially focusing on these cities and then expanding it to other locations. But if you are in LA or San Francisco or even San Diego, where I am, you're going to be expecting more and more enforcement, which will be people being stopped on the street, at employment places. What can we do about it if they do starting to come and try to enforce these orders? So, let's hear it from you guys. Let me know where you're from. What are your questions? What are some of the main concerns? I know a lot of people are worried about travel this summer. We'll talk about that. If you're a green card holder, can you travel? What do you need? A lot of people are worried on visas. Do we go home to get visa stamping? We're not sure if they're going to let us in. We just had we heard a story of a person from France that, she was detained coming back to LAX, and they just didn't let her in because she didn't have some documents from her school. She was on a student visa, but she was all good, but she didn't have the documents that the officer, thought she should have. I guess he called the school, and he wasn't be able to get a hold of anyone there. So they just sent her back. So this is like concern. She just left to go for her dad's birthday. Now she's coming back. She cannot enter the United States. What can we do when this happens? Let's talk about that. Let's see. Sharif is asking, how much time does it take to get a VAWA approval? VAWA is taking a long time right now, guys. The VAWAs are taking over 5 years in most cases. So it is important to know that it takes a long time, but it will give you legal status. You'll be able to get a work permit. You'll be able to file for your adjustment of status. So if you're eligible for something like VAWA, you should file. Many people are asking me in the comments. Some people had DUIs, small misdemeanors. They're wondering what can they do if they can travel or apply for citizenship right now. So we'll address that as well. Is it even legal for them to stop you and ask you where you're born? I mean, you're a citizen. Marlene says it's not legal for them to ask. You don't have to answer any questions. But if immigration, if CBP, if they have probable cause to think that you are undocumented, then they can potentially arrest you without a warrant, which means that if you don't have a driving license to show them, if you are maybe acting suspicious, they can always come up with an excuse. Therefore, these are such controversial things, and we need to be aware of that. Let's see here. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's why it's so controversial. And let's see here. Yeah. So it's something to be aware of. Let's see here. Okay, great. I'm trying to see if we are live on Instagram. Okay, here we go. Hopefully we are. Let's see here. Can DACA still fly? Yeah, you can fly in the United States. It's just that it's very unclear to know what they're going to do. If you have all the paperwork, then you can fly for sure. All right, we got a lot of questions here on TikTok as well. I renew my 10-year green card since January. How long does it take? How long more longer does it take? Um, I have bad anxiety. I mean, it's taking a long time right now. If you want to renew, it's taking over a year if you filed an I-90. Sharif is asking what happened to birthright citizenship. Well, birthright citizenship, nothing has changed. They're still going through the legal battle of these things. Thanks, Cassius. Appreciate it. I'm from Kenya. Right now in the US. I remember you, on AOS. You should be fine. You should be fine. Is it dangerous to travel internationally if someone on a non-immigrant visa? So if you have a non-immigrant visa, I would definitely be careful when you travel because you don't know what they're going to do, right? We just don't know what they're going to do when you travel, when you come back, right? Maybe if it's a work visa, they can accuse you of that you don't maintain status. So it's just hard to say. A says our I-45 for adjustment and based on green card denied under IR6. Are we okay to travel? Let me see here. I'm sorry. My wife and I are going to Mexico. We have a 10-year green card. Is it okay? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Ruben says 45 was denied. Can we appeal? What would be the best option? It depends. If your 45 was denied, you got to be careful because right now they're putting people into the removal proceedings right away. So you got to be careful. Thanks, Excellence. I appreciate that. So I would be careful. I would have you send me a message. Use the form you see on the screen right now to fill the form, and you can set up a meeting with me. But it is important to understand what is the reason. Use that form. It's a TikTok form designed to help you guys to get in touch with me, or use the phone number in my bio to do that. Same thing. This or the phone number in the bio, but use that and let me talk to you, because if your 45 is denied, you don't have too much time. Thanks, appreciate that. Thanks for the hearts. Thanks, Irene. Let's see who wants to join live. I will share the link here on YouTube as well. Hi, Hind, how are you? Appreciate. If you want to join live, I put the link right here, and you can join right now. Thanks, Excellent. I appreciate it. And again, use the link to the form right here to put your information. And let's add Sanik, who has a question, and then anybody else who wants to join on YouTube should be able to do that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for taking my call. We spoke a few weeks ago
Okay.
about renewing.
I remember that.
Yeah, but my 2 year. So I did it. I did it on my own. Thanks for advice, and I got approved for the 48 months.
Okay.
I got the letters like maybe 5 days after I send it off to the service center or wherever. Okay. So thank you for that info. But my son is 13. His green card, 2-year green card, expires in January.
Okay.
No, but before he came, my husband had filed the I-130 for him, coming from Jamaica. My question is, in October when I'm going to remove his 2-year condition, who is to do that filing, me or my husband? Like the name and stuff.
So you gotta, the person who is the immigrant should do it, obviously. So in this case, who's the immigrant? Are you the immigrant?
Yeah, and my son is, well, my son is 14.
Yeah, so you'll do it for you'll do it for you and your son.
I already did mine, but he's expiring next year, January.
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about him. He should be included with you anyway.
Oh.
Your son. Yeah, because he's 14 right now, right?
Yeah, he's 14.
Yeah. No, he should be included with you. Did you mention his name that you are?
No, I didn't, because they only asked for me.
Okay. Well, I mean, like I said, so then revisit his case maybe 6 months before he expires, and
Okay.
file his too.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Of course. All right, guys. We have uh, my from Healthy. My I-134 is 12 years old now. These types of visas are getting approved now or not from India. Right now, it's taking about 17 years, 16, 17 years. So you probably are not there yet, unfortunately. I mean, it's crazy to think that somebody is pending for 12 years for their brothers and sisters and they're still not ready. This is crazy to me. All right, let's see here. I think Achir is here. Achir?
Yes, how you doing, sir? How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Where are you tuning in from?
I'm calling from Texas, Austin, Texas.
You Texas, all right? What
Okay,
is your
I'm a
question?
U.S. citizen actually, and
Okay,
my wife, she's in CR1. Okay,
okay.
it's almost like expiring in like 3 months. So,
Okay.
like her cards, we are planning to travel like overseas. Okay, and I don't know. She's in 2 years conditional green cards. I don't know what's going on with the chaos right now. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's gonna happen right there. So I don't think
So
she has.
she has a conditional green card.
Yes,
She did she file to renew it or she's good right now?
I haven't yet. So we still like it's usually you have to apply like 90 days in the window of 90 days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we still not in the window yet. So
So
still
you're
like
fine. If she has a 2-year green card, she can travel. I wouldn't worry about it. She has no criminal
okay.
record, right?
All right. So that's what I've been hearing from you in some
Yeah,
videos.
absolutely.
Yeah,
She's good to
so she's
go. I wouldn't
okay
worry
to
about
come
her.
back right here. And I got one more question, very quick.
Sure.
I'm gonna let you go,
Go
so I
ahead.
know you have a lot of people just
Sure.
waiting. Uh, I have another question. So, in the conditioner's green card, do they still requiring like those like the forms like income, how much we making, how much like that, or like the affidavit of support, or we don't need any things
No,
like
you don't
that?
need affidavit support. It's done.
It's done,
Right now,
right?
you just have to prove that you're married and all that. They don't care about
Man,
affidavit support anymore.
Man, you're so good. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Yes.
that. Yeah,
Thank you so much.
appreciate that. So we're probably gonna call you. So I don't know. I don't want to do any mistakes or anything like that. So I probably gonna call you on the phone. Okay, when
For
we come
sure.
back, so we can file the 751 for her, if it's
Absolutely.
possible.
Anytime.
I don't want to do any mistakes. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Of course.
Thank
Yeah. Anybody who wants to get engaged with us, as I mentioned before, the number is on the screen. You're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. And those of you watching on TikTok, as always, use the form that is pinned here. I'm going to unpin it and pin it again. Or use the number in my bio. Just use the number in my bio. Send me a text right now. Always ideal during the live to do so. Okay, let's see here. We've got my friend's TPS pending after he reapplied for previous. It's already expired. Is he safe? As long as he's pending, he should be good. The only people that are not safe are the ones that don't have a pending case or they already lost their status. Ozark says, Trump says ICE is going to have put a hold on farms, workers, meat industry, hospitality, restaurants. What are your thoughts? I actually made a video today about this on YouTube. It's going to come out in the next few days. So basically what happens is that they put this pause because the business industry was mad. They're losing workers. They're losing people that are important for the industry. And they don't have employees to collect, the crops. They don't have people to work at restaurants, at the kitchen. So the lobbies were strong and they put a pause. But it doesn't mean that these people that if they are outside of work and they go home and they cannot be stopped or raided, or if they can stop them in the street. So I think it's kind of like, say, go to work, we can use you, you're undocumented, but once you step out of the company and they can stop you in the street and deport you and detain you. So I don't know. It's to me, it's weird because how can they just signal or choose one industry and say, oh, we're not going to deport people from the industry, and then they go ahead and raid others. You know what I mean? It's just it's hard to say. It's very weird. Let's see here. We've got Om. Hey Om, how are you? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Your sound doesn't work.
You can hear me now?
Now I can hear you. Yeah. Fine.
Yes. Um,
I
as you
remember
know,
you're here and adjusting your status, right, with your family.
yes. And
Yeah.
my dad, my sister, and my mom have received
Okay.
their green cards.
They have received.
They have received
Oh,
their green
nice.
cards,
Yeah, yeah.
but I have still not yet received it.
Okay.
My status online still shows the same, that fingerprints received on that date, on some
Okay.
specific date, the date we give our fingerprints, and that's the stage my case is at, and it's not moving.
Yeah.
The few movements I've had with my immigration would be is I was on my F1
So,
status initially, which then got rejected. I think I told you
yeah,
about
you
this,
did mention that to me.
and it got reinstated again. The savvy status, they call it. My
Yeah.
savvy status got reinstated again, and about a month later, just 1 week ago, I received a mail from ICE that your service record has been reinstated. So they're
Reinstated.
formally letting me know.
Okay.
So I don't know what I should understand by this. Is it the F1 scenario that is keeping me in so much delay, or
Yeah.
is it my
Honestly,
age?
I think it could be the F1 because you have a record with F1, and it was reinstated, and then you have your green card. I feel like that is what's causing the delay because they need to somehow reconcile the records. I don't see any other reason why your case will be. You don't have a criminal record. This is the only thing that you have in your history.
Yes, and is age something I should fear about because I have crossed the age of 21?
No, I think you should be fine because you should be protected under the CSPA. I believe you are.
Yes.
Okay. So I believe it's just the student visa part that is
All
causing
right.
these issues. So
And
don't
just
worry.
one more question. My dad is
Oh,
currently in Kenya.
I want to give you an option because other people are waiting.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many
Please.
people that are trying to get in.
No
So
worries. Thank you so
come back
much.
next week. All right. Thank you, my
Sure.
friend. I'm trying to give as many people as possible the opportunity to ask questions. My husband is a citizen. We just received our letter stating that our documents are being processed and we got numbers. What does that mean for me and my sons? So your husband is a citizen, which means that you are an immediate relative, and that it means that your case is probably documentary complete now, and that you're ready for visa scheduling. So because again, your immediate relative, you don't have to wait for priority dates. As soon as they finish processing your documents, they notify you that you'll be scheduled for an interview. So that's a good thing, actually. All right, let's see. We've got a few people here that are waiting to go online. Let's see here. Okay, let's take another call here. And
Hi,
yes, what's your name?
my name is Rutokil. I'm Sudanese national.
Okay,
Can you hear me well?
I sure can.
Yeah. So I'm actually a Sudanese doctor applying to be to join the residency in the U.S.
Okay.
And I had a visa appointment for a third part of the exam requirements. Step 3 should be taken in the U.S. And my upcoming B1 B2 visa appointments in July, the second of July. So I'm quite baffled with what to do after the ban. And should I schedule? Should I enter the interview? Given the fact that I do have some colleagues who went in like 2 days ago and got rejection through the travel ban. So what are your thoughts?
So right now people are getting rejected. This few weeks because they just initiated the ban, right? So anybody who's coming from a banned country and you have a visa appointment like you have. What I would do is before going for the appointment, I would have your national interest exception package ready. And the reason I'm saying that is because we did the same thing under the previous ban, where we realized after a few months that they want to see the national interest exception. In your case, you can probably have one because you're going to be a medical professional, right?
Yeah.
So you qualify for the national interest exception. You can say, this is what it is. If I'm not going to be able to make it, the hospital is not going to be able to get me. So I think you qualify perfectly for that exception. But if you don't come prepared with a waiver, nobody's going to be able to do that for you. You're going to need to have the waiver prepared in advance and request the embassy to process it for you.
And what does it include, the national exemption?
So the national interest exception, and it's specifically included in Section 4 of Section 6 of the ban executive order, and essentially what it says is that if you are essential, like medical professional, somebody who works in science, AI, any of the essential industries, you can request an exception from the ban to qualify for the visa. It includes a legal memo, all the documents you need to show why you meet the requirements of the law. And then the embassy will look at it and say, you know what, this guy, we actually need him here. Even though he's coming from a banned country, we'll let him in. And that's what you need to do in your case. If you need help with a waiver, like I said, we are restarting those waivers right now. So just send me a text message to the number in my bio or to the form here. And that'll be the best way, because then I can help you. We can sit down, look at your individual situation, and work with the U.S. Embassy in your country to get you the waiver. And like I said, under the first administration, we had a lot of approvals for these waivers. Again, they open the door for the waivers now, but people are not aware of the waivers, or they don't bother to put together a package. But if you want to come in and not be subject to the ban, the NIE is the best way to get in or around it.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
I'll hit you.
Send me a text. Use that number in my bio, and let's help you get them into the US.
Okay, thank you so
Thank
much.
you, sir. Guys, people who are coming from these countries, 19 countries are banned, but there are many doctors there. There are many professionals that come, there are researchers. There are many good people that we need here. And that's why the waiver is there. That's why we are doing the NIEs. Many people can get those waivers approved. All right. Let's see here. Okay, we have a lot of questions here. How long does it get to take a work permit under the T status? At least 6 months, if not longer. At least 6 months. It's taking a long time because getting work permits is not that simple right now. Any updates about DACA? Like I mentioned before, we had a ruling of the Fifth Circuit, and now we're waiting for the Texas judge to give us a final implementation, which means that people in Texas are not going to be able to get work permits under DACA anymore. But if you are from any other country, any other state, you should be able to get a work permit, and maybe even potentially first-time DACA applicants will be able to apply for DACA. Apolisar says, I'm not sure if you can help. I have both I-130 and 601A approved. If ICE was to detain me, do I show them these? Would I still be detained if I have these? So again, it's really up to ICE to decide. But if somebody has an approved I-130, which means you're married to a U.S. citizen, and the 601A, which means you're about to go to the U.S. Embassy and apply for your green card, the chances of ICE detaining you, unless you're a criminal, are very minimized. So I don't think they will do it. But you never know, right? ICE has very, very much of a discretion right now. One day they decide they don't want to detain people who work in hospitality or farms. The next day they will. We just don't know, guys. I mean, they're detaining people who go to court hearings with their lawyers, right? Many people who go to court hearings, they got their hearings dismissed, their hearings dismissed, and then as soon as they came out of court, they were detained. This policy still remains, guys. In many, many states, if you've been here less than 2 years, if you are somebody that is on their list, which means you've been here under 2 years, or you have certain criminal issues, thanks, guys, then they can dismiss your case saying, oh, there's a change in circumstances, and as soon as you come out of court, you will be placed in removal proceedings. And they're doing this to many, many people from all over the world. Thanks, Shabak. Appreciate it, my friend. I missed you last week. Any way to get around the permanent bar? Permanent bar, if you have multiple reentries, you're now subject to the permanent bar. Very difficult to get around it, but thank you so much. But if you're in the United States and you are applying for T visa or U visa, you can still stay here and apply for benefits. But there's not really a magic wand that somebody can just wave the permanent bar, because once you're subject to the permanent bar, you're subject to the permanent bar. It's just how it is. All right, let's see. Lots of questions. Is ICE going to raid restaurants? So if you are in, okay, so they said they're not going to. They said they're not going to a couple of days ago. Is this true? Do you think I believe that they're not going to raid restaurants? I don't know. I don't think so. I think that they're going to raid wherever they need to raid. They're going to increase their enforcement. So I'm telling you guys, you need to, if you're undocumented, thank you, Shabbat, appreciate it. You need to prepare some kind of a folder with documents that you need in case you get detained, like your passport, your financial documents, and maybe power of attorney. Have all these documents ready, including if you're working with an attorney. If you don't have an attorney, find an attorney that you can at least get him on retainer or something. Because if you get detained, you can at least show ICE Form G28 and say, hey, I have an attorney. Don't transfer me to Louisiana. Don't transfer me to a different state. I have an attorney here in my city. Here's the G28. So consider working with a local attorney or any attorney just to make sure that they won't ship you out of state. And I know a lot of people here watching the live. That's why we're here on the live, to offer you the opportunity to speak with an attorney without being intimidated by anything. So, use the phone number in my bio or the links that are pinned here to book a consultation and see if you are worried about being detained. What do you need to prepare? Working with an attorney, what can you do? A package, some documents in the package, the G28 from the attorney that you hired. So in case you get detained, you can show this to ICE and say, hey guys, I'm working with somebody already. We're trying to fix our paperwork, but unfortunately we don't have anything right now. Thanks, Shabbat. And so I think it's important to be proactive, because you don't want to be sitting here like a moving target. You need to be prepared. Menin is saying, I'm fed up that the L1B visa, I couldn't do another job. So kindly let me know which visa can lead me to a green card and can be changed. So you can do a self-petition. If you have an L visa, you can apply for a self-petition. If you have a degree, at least 5 years experience, you're doing something interesting in your industry, you can apply for a self-petition, EB1A or EB1A or NIW EB2, and get out of that L1 and apply for some kind of a petition to to get you a work permit on your own, essentially. But that's what I would do if I were you. Okay. Is that why ICE is grabbing all brown green cards and citizens, get the bodies, meet the arrest quota? Yes, they have an arrest quota, and that's why they're arresting all these people. Let's see here. We've got after how long can I apply for citizenship for kids under 6 years? We have a visa naturalized. Well, it depends. If you're married to a citizen, you have to wait 3 years. If you did it with some other way, you can do you have to wait 5 years. I mean, it's crazy because a lot of people are wondering about these raids, like what's can happen. Now, remember, ICE, they don't need a warrant to stop you if you're in the street, if they have probable cause, but you don't have to answer the questions. So what kind of probable cause will they have? Well, maybe you gave them a fake ID, or a document that doesn't look real, or you have a driving license from a different state, but you've been living in California for 10 years, but your driving license is from Washington State. You know what I mean? So if they have probable cause to believe that you're undocumented, they can detain you without a warrant, which is how they've been doing this in Los Angeles. Many people were detained without warrants because ICE agents said, well, we believe that they are undocumented because they didn't have the right paperwork. That we asked them, they showed us driving license, they didn't look legit, their answers were floppy. All they had to do is say nothing, right? You say, I remain silent. I don't want to talk to you. And you don't, right? And so I think that is the key here, because you got to remember that Yeah, you got to remember that you don't have to speak with them, and and if you do, then you just perjure yourself. So it's something to be mindful of. Right? Let's see here. All right. Is premium processing for first time EAD worth it? It depends how fast you want to get it, right? If you want to get your documents faster and they're eligible for premium processing, then you should do it. We've got Val who is waiting here on YouTube. I'm trying to get. There's a lot of people who want to go live with me right now, and I'll get to you as fast as I can. Val, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just have a quick question for you.
Sure.
So, my mother wants to go for interview for non-immigrant visa. I'm a US
Okay.
citizen. She doesn't want to come here and stay. She likes to come and visit. But
She wants to get a tourist visa, right?
yes, she doesn't want to stay. I wanted to file for her, but she doesn't want. But my question is, she's 76 years old. She never worked. What kind of document is she supposed to go with? Do I need to file and do I need to complete I-134 form for her for financial support?
No,
For
they don't care about this form. If you're a tourist and you're trying to come to the United States, let's say a parent, I know if she doesn't work because she's older, they're looking for maybe assets. Does she have a home? Does she have anything else that we can show that can support her immigration?
Okay, they don't need all this I-1
No, they don't care about the I-134 anymore. The I-134 is an affidavit of support that is used for these kind of cases, but it's mostly used for fiance visas right now. They don't care about it for tourist visas because they want to make sure that she independently has the option to go back to her home country.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So can you explain better what this travel ban? What does it do? Like if somebody have a travel ban in that country and they have a visitor's visa, can they
If
still?
they already have a visa, then it doesn't apply to them because they already have a visa. This ban is applying to people that are trying to apply for visas. Right now, nobody's getting visas, but if they already have a visa, they should be able to enter the United States. Right?
Okay.
It's people that don't have visas, they're not going to be able to apply because of this ban.
Okay, but if they have a visa already, they can still come.
Correct. They should be
Okay.
able to. Okay.
Okay, then. Thank you.
All right. Another person is asking here, TikTok, our overstays are at high risk right now. Well, overstays are at high risk because they're making a special campaign to go after people that overstayed their visas. If you overstayed your visas, they're going after you right now, big time. So it's really important to understand what can you do you need to fix your paperwork as soon as possible because they're searching for people. They're looking for DMV database if you have had the license. They're looking at CBP records. They're actually searching for people that overstay their visas. So it is a real thing, and you got to be careful from any this things happening like this. Again, George is asking if I can help clients in all 50 states. I can, guys. I can help clients in all 50 states. Why? Because immigration law is federal, and we can help clients in all 50 states. In fact, right now, there's a phone number on the screen. Use that to book your consultation right now. So you will get a special rate because you're watching the live. But also the cool thing is that immigration allows attorneys to represent clients telephonically. So I can represent clients in Missouri, Arizona, Washington State, all at the same day because we do this telephonically. And many clients retain us to help them represent them telephonically because they can't find good lawyers in their cities or in their states, but they can still work with us because we can do it remotely right now, which is amazing, right? So if you need that help, the link, the phone number is in my bio. If you're watching this on TikTok, use it right now. Send me a text right now from the live to ensure that you have a priority to get a consultation, or use the form that is pinned. There's a form that is pinned. TikTok is giving us the special form. You're gonna see it right now on the screen. Use it. Give us put your info in there, and you'll be able to engage with us. Schedule calls with our team to help you with your cases. If you are currently without documents and you're worried about being deported, it is important to assemble a pre-detention package. We have a few clients that requested us to do it, and I just wanted to let you know that we can do this, which means that these are packages where you put your documents, your your birth certificates, your marriage certificate if you're married, your passport, financial documents, contact name of people that need to be contacted, power of attorney if you have children, and if you're working with an attorney, a G28 form that you can show immigration if you're detained. Listen, I'm working with an attorney. I want to call my attorney. Do not ship me out of state. Many immigrants were detained. You saw they sent them to Louisiana, Oklahoma. Why are they doing this? Because it's more difficult to represent clients in those states. The courts are more complicated there. So if you already have an attorney that you're working with, you establish a relationship before you're detained, you have more chances, guys, to save yourself and save your families by doing the right thing, by acting proactively, preparing the documents. Hopefully they won't stop you. Nothing will happen. But if you get detained, if you're sent to detention, you can just call one person and then they have the file. They give it to the attorney. And then also you already have the attorney retained. You show immigration that you have that G28 form. I have an attorney on file. And then they will not ship you out of the city. And they'll be able to negotiate with your attorney, maybe get you a bond. There's no reason for them to keep you detained unless you're a criminal. We have a question here. As a French person with a green card, can I travel in the US like Florida since it's a red state? That's a great question. So green card holders who are concerned, maybe they have some issues, maybe they have some criminal violations. Can we travel between states? The answer is yes, absolutely. You're a green card holder. You can travel inside the United States, but also outside the United States. Inside the United States, even if you have criminal issues, it is okay to travel. But TSA now are checking people's immigration statuses. So if you are here undocumented and you're traveling, you're taking that risk that one TSA person could look at your paperwork, and that could be a crazy a situation with you guys. So you're watching the live right now. Make sure you follow my account, you subscribe. You're watching this on TikTok. Make sure you follow my account and share the video right now. While we're watching live, let's share the video. There's a 3 dots thing in the bottom. You can share the video, and more people can join the live. Let's see. We've got Giovanni here who is joining us on TikTok right now. And Giovanni, what is your question and where are you from?
I'm from Nevada. My question is, I'm a permanent resident.
Okay. Where are you from originally?
California.
But where did you come from originally? Where you?
I'm from Honduras.
From Honduras. Okay. All right. Then what?
Back in 2002 and 2006, I got convicted for domestic violence.
Okay.
But 2 years ago, I vacated those two convictions.
Amazing.
Which they gave me a 243E1.
Okay.
A battery. It's supposed to not, be bad like with the immigration. So,
correct.
And the thing is that my green card's expired like 2019.
Okay.
And I was wondering, just become a citizen, or is it easier just to renew my card?
Giovanni, I think to answer this question, and anybody who's watching the live, you had some issues, right? You mentioned them right now on the live in generally. Because it's a personal matter, I would like to review your record. So what we do is we look at the record, we look at the conviction before they vacated, what is the result after vacate, and then we do some research to determine if it makes sense to you to apply for citizenship or renew the green card. That'll be the best thing to do, because I can't just tell you yes or no without looking at the records, looking at the case law in your state compared to what the federal government is asking, and then tell you, listen, you can apply safely for citizenship or not. Because I would like you to apply for citizenship, ideally, right?
Yes.
That's better. But we want to make sure before you do it that it's safe.
That's why I had my case vacated in the first place.
Absolutely. It will definitely help us. But before I tell you yes or no, I definitely would like to review the records and then say, you know what, Giovanni, I think you're good. Or here's where I'm concerned about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I would do. So because you're watching the live, like I said, just go to my bio, use the phone number there, send me a text, say, I'm Giovanni, I saw you in the live. I would like you to review the stuff. We'll do it. And then if we clear you, we'll file it, because right now filing for citizenship, it is fast. And it is a good time to do it.
It's taking about 2 years for the green card to renew.
Exactly. But only 10 months for citizenship if you qualify. Right? So ideally, I would like to get you filed for citizenship, but let's get you cleared first.
Okay. Thank you.
Right? Thank you, my friend. If someone has a deportation but having a special needs child can help him, Well, you can try to get maybe cancellation of removal because of your U.S. citizen special needs child. There are many things you can do. It really depends on the facts of the case. Let's see here. Wife is beneficiary, originally came here with DPS just over 2 years ago. We met, then got married about 15 months ago. What does she need to do to renew her driving license? Can she work here? So in this case, to renew the driving license, I would use the work permit. Once you get the work permit from the pending 45, take that to the DMV and they will be able to renew it. The question is from Erlinda. I have but a green card. I have a green card. There was no expiration, but I did is apply for I-90 to change my green card. Okay, what is the question? I mean, you did the right thing. Let's see. Mamsilo is asking, can abused sons and daughters of permanent residents, card holder abuser, file I-360 and get hypothetically approved? They'll have to do it with the principal, not separately, right? So they'll have to do it with the principal spouse who filed for the abuse. Then the kids can do it. But if they're over 21, I'm not sure it's going to be possible because these are separate cases, right? And so this VAWA specifically applies for spouses. But they might be able to do other things. They might be able to apply for like a U visa if there was a crime involved and the police was involved. Maybe a U visa could be a better option for them. Can misdemeanor theft charges prevent you from becoming a U.S. citizen? If it's one incident, I don't believe so. But again, as I mentioned to the person before, it depends what exactly it was, what is the context behind it. If, like I said, in general terms, because it's just one, I don't believe that it will impact a citizenship application. But guys, remember, if you have criminal records, don't rely on ChatGPT and stuff like that and apply. Speak with an attorney to make sure that they clear you, because once you file, it is too late to get out of this thing, right? It might be a little bit too late. So just be careful. Let's see here. Does the travel ban affect DV lottery winners? Yes, because you still have to get a visa at the U.S. Embassy. So it does impact green card lottery winners. Can I speak to you? I have a question, Shermaki. Let's see here. Are you waiting in the live? I'll add you in a second. I'm just trying to get through people in the order that we receive them. And if you guys have video, make sure you open your videos as well. Is this what's your name?
My name is Ruth.
Okay. What's your question? And if you have video, open your video if you can.
Okay. I'm not sure how to open the video. Okay. So, we had a question.
Okay.
I was the one that asked about having a special needs son. So, my boyfriend has a order of deportation.
Okay.
He got it back in 2019, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Sorry. 2009. I
Okay.
believe, around there.
Okay.
And we were just wondering, like, in case of, like, if he were to get picked up by ICE, is there a way for him to be able to fix or get a visa?
So I'm thinking maybe cancellation of removal, right? So if he's in deportation, cancellation of removal based on the situation with the child. Do you know what I mean? So maybe we can maybe we can do it this way. Yeah.
Okay, but what does that mean exactly?
What that means is that he's going to have to be detained, put into deportation again, and then the lawyer can say, well, what kind of relief does he have? Well, now he has a relief. It's cancellation of removal. It's a form of relief only if you've been placed in deportation by the government. You can't choose to be placed in deportation. They have to put you in deportation. So if they catch him, let's say, and they put him in deportation, then he'll be able to apply for cancellation as one form of relief.
Oh, okay. So that would help him. That's what I was telling
It could
him,
help him,
like,
yeah. Could help him. Like I
that's
said,
what I was
right now
telling
people are
him.
getting deported. There are people getting detained. They're putting plus in deportation. Maybe it's not such a bad idea because
that's what I
if you
was
have a
telling him.
son, yeah, a lot of people are actually happy about it because
Yeah,
oh,
that's what I
now we
was
can,
telling him.
yeah,
Yeah, I was telling him, let's just save our money and just try to hang in there.
exactly,
That's
and
it.
pray for them to stop you.
Yes. Yes. And another question, I've heard like really good reviews about you.
Thank you.
You do work remote, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Not all cases, but many cases we do.
And do you think like about his case, are we able to save your contact?
Where are you guys located?
In Fort Worth, Texas?
I think so. Possibly yes. Depends on where the court is over there, but yeah. If this happens and if you get detained, then please give us a call. But you're married. You're a citizen, right?
No, he's not.
No, you're a citizen.
No, I have DACA.
Oh, you have DACA. Got it.
Yes.
Yeah. If he gets detained, then yeah, let us know.
Yes,
we'll help
because
you.
he has a special needs son that does depend on him.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay,
We'll be able
thank
to
you
support
so
you guys if that happens.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
thank you.
Have a good day, of course. Stay safe. I mean, again, if you actually end up in a removal proceeding at the end of the day, you we have clients that actually are able to use that to get legal status. You know what I mean? So it's not such a bad idea. It's not such a bad thing. Wonder says, is there a case in which after filing for 601A, beneficiary of an I-130 would be allowed to have his visa interview in the US and adjust status without having to leave? That's a good question. So the only way it can happen is if this person either finds out that he's a beneficiary of Section 245I, which means that maybe 20 years ago he had a family member, like a parent or a sibling, that filed for an immigration benefit for them, but nothing happened with that immigration benefit. But he's somehow protected under it because it happened before 2001. That's one option. Or if they entered the United States before they initiated the 10-year bar, before 96, then they're also not subject to this. Otherwise, they have to leave the United States. That's why the 601A is about. The 601A is about you leaving the country, and then so when you come back, you're safe, so you're not penalized by what happens. Let me see here. We have I am from Nigeria and I want to apply for the O1B. Is it a good time to apply? Absolutely. The O1B and the O1A are very strong talent visas for people who are high achievers. And those kind of people are still needed in the United States. So if you have a job that needs somebody with a high talent like yours, if you're an artist, we've done O1Bs for tattoo artists, for influencers, for, a lot of people are coming right now for the World Cup to the United States in support roles, performers. O1Bs are strong and always available. So if you have that talent, you need to apply for it now because these visas are still available. So make sure that you, if you're watching this on TikTok and you qualify for the O1B, if you're an artist or a performer or an athlete or just somebody creative, it's a good time to do it right now because those visas are not being attacked by this administration. On the contrary, they want more people like that to come. So again, use the number in my bio to connect with me during the live. And the reason I'm saying that to you so many times is because if you do this during the live, we prioritize you to make sure we book your consultation, because otherwise some people have to wait quite a long time to be able to see me, and that is the best way to do it. Use this or that link here, this form that is, I just pinned it at the bottom of the screen. Use the form because TikTok is specifically giving it to you guys for that purpose. I'm a green card holder. My son did interview on April 28th. Waiting for his visa to be issued, followed to join. My country is on a banned list. Will his visa be affected? It could be. It could be affected. Again, we're not sure how they're going to be treating people like that, the kids of green card holders, but it potentially could be. It doesn't mean that it will be, but it potentially could be. Just so you be aware. Is it true that the banned countries are mostly from Africa? It is true that there are many African cases, but it's not just from Africa. There are other countries on the list, and that list is going to be expanded in the next month or so to 36 more countries, as I mentioned in the video that I did just the other day. Can I speak? Do I have a question? 1 second. I want to make sure that nobody else here wants to join us on video. I'll post the link. And share the video, guys. Share it on Facebook, share it on Instagram, share it on YouTube. And let's see here. Should I have a cover letter explaining if I have any missing information for the DS-130? Absolutely. Every time you're missing a document, sending to immigration, asking for an immigration benefit, always have a reason or an explanation why you're doing what you do. What does administratively close mean? It means that they probably they're working on your case. It doesn't mean that it is, well, if it's in court, it means that there's no action on the case right now, which is sometimes a good thing. However, if they do it intentionally for you, like the government, the admin close your case, meaning that there's no future hearings, then they can detain you because you have no protection for being pending or for something. Does it make sense? So be careful, guys. And again, if you have those cases where you have to show up there, appear, and you think your case will be dismissed, make sure you communicate with your attorney. Maybe the attorney can reschedule. Maybe the attorney can communicate for you. But remember, if you've been here for under 2 years and you show up for these hearings, you will be detained, and they'll stop you there. So just be careful, guys. Can any pending cases like you and VAWA safe from detention from ICE? Listen, right now, no one is safe, right? The fact that you have VAWA and like a T visa, it doesn't mean that they're not going to stop you. But the chances of this happening are not very high because we believe that if they see that you have this kind of thing going on, they might let you go and allow you to live your life and try to get that benefit because you're going through abuse, right? But it doesn't mean, it doesn't mean anything in terms of like they can stop you at any time. When will the new visa ban take effect? We don't know, but we think in 2 months. So we think the new visa ban will take place in 2 months. Thanks, guys. Again, watching this on TikTok, make sure you share the live stream. Follow my account. There's many people who join here right now. Follow my account. Same thing on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. And share the live. Let's get a few of you on here. Don't be shy. Okay, now Sharma, a question. What is your name? Sharma. Yeah. Go ahead.
And I have a brother who is here who came to the country.
Okay.
And he just crossed the southern border.
So he came without inspection, right?
No. He came without. He came. He has been inspected. He has been detained. He was given a paperwork from the detention and a court order.
Okay.
So he had his master hearing.
Okay.
And after his master hearing, then he was never given any other court appearing date.
Okay.
He get his work permit.
Okay.
The social. So he came on 2023 in April.
Okay.
Last year. So, and so I was asking this question. So, what kind of benefit, or can he marry a U.S. citizen for him to get legal status?
I mean, potentially he could marry a U.S. citizen, but what I'm trying to say is that he is in a risk factor, right? He came here in the last 2 years. He applied for a benefit. If they dismiss his case, they could deport him. You know what I mean? But for now, if he finds a U.S. citizen to get married and they're in a relationship, yeah, that could be one way to save the case. Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
He also has he had misdemeanor for
Okay.
citation for
Okay.
driving with the permit, and he was given citation
Okay.
for driving without. So can that hurt still?
I mean,
he was not he didn't convicted.
It's
but he,
the fact that he wasn't convicted is a good thing. I mean, it potentially could hurt this case. Like I said, anything that is out of the ordinary creates a presumption with the government that they don't like, and so they can do many things to to impact his case. It doesn't mean it's going to happen, but he should be aware that it could be. So make sure to consult with an attorney before engaging with anything with the government.
Okay.
Okay.
Where are you located, actually?
I'm in San Diego, but we help clients in all 50 states. And if you want to have a second opinion and talk to me about it, use the phone number in my bio. Just go to my bio. There's a number there. Text me. Do it from the live so I remember you.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Thanks, my friend.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Many people are texting through the live, which is good because you will guys get a priority. Yuri is asking a good question. How long is it taking to remove conditions on a green card? It's taking almost 4 years right now. That's why they're getting these extensions, 4-year extensions. And yeah, exactly. Candela says, I have a labor certificate in progress. Our date is May 2023. Right now, I'm an OPT. Do you recommend I leave and go back to my home country or stay as an international student? I mean, again, it's a good question, but it depends on you. So, because you still have some time for your green card to go process your own OPT, I would have you try to get a work visa. To be honest with you, why would you leave the country? You're already building yourself here. You're gonna get a green card. Transition to the O1 visa if you can. Hopefully, you have a good qualification. If not the O1 visa, there may be other visas like the H3. But speak with an attorney to find a way to stay here, Candela, because you don't want to leave the country when you have a green card pending, you applied for a student visa. It can just create a lot of complications. So let's find a good work visa for you. I'm doing a lot of cases right now, transitioning students from the F1 visa to the O1 visa, from F1 visa to H, from F1 visa to E2 visa, because they started cases. Students want to take control of their destinies, and they don't want to be subject to these visas anymore. So again, a lot of these students who are watching our lives right now, and you're watching it right now, don't be scared. Just send me a text and say, hey, I watched your live. I want to transition from my student visa to a work visa before it's too late. Let's do it right now. This is one of my biggest specialties. Again, business immigration is what I do mostly. H-1Bs, EB2, green card, EB1, national interest waiver, transitioning to the E2 visa, EB5s. We do a lot of EB5s. So this is kind of where our strength comes in, and take advantage of being on the live. You're talking to me right now. You see me live. If you send me a text, you will get priority to book a consultation with me. You're not going to have to wait a month. Some people have to wait a month to see me right now because my calendar is just overbooked. But those that come to the lives have to wait less time. You're still going to have to wait a little bit. Consultations start at 150 Vic, especially for you guys. Thanks, Lucky Boy. Appreciate it. Let's get another people. I'm trying to get as many of you on the live video as well. But those of you watching on YouTube, Instagram, I think our Instagram stream didn't work today for some reason. I messed it up. I just realized that halfway through the stream that the Instagram wasn't connected. I think it's not connected. But if you see it on Instagram, send me comment that you see it. If you see it on Instagram, say yes or no on the comments. I'm just curious. because I don't see I don't see it on my side. Let's see. We got and I'm gonna get as many of you as I can within the time frame. Sophia, where are you from? And if you have a video, activate the video.
Hi, my name is Linda.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm calling from California, and I'm just wondering because I have my work permit through a U visa,
Okay.
and then right now it's the C09.
Okay.
And I was just wondering if I'm okay, or do I need to follow something else, or
So you got it. Say it again. How did you get it again?
through my mom? She is the first one.
Oh, you got it through your mom. So you got an adjustment of status through your mom, right?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, so you should be fine. Why are you worried about it?
Yeah, because right now my problem is that my brother doesn't have his card, his
Okay.
work permit. He's waiting for it. He's
Okay.
been waiting for it for at least 7 months.
Okay.
So I don't know if he should carry like a receipt or something.
He should. Your brother should carry the receipt. For you, you're fine with what you have, what you told me.
Okay, and then for this one, the 09, I know the next step it's the green card. It's
Correct.
something else.
Exactly. You're gonna finish the adjustment of status, and then you're gonna get your green card. That's what it means.
Okay, and do you know how long it's taking right now?
I mean, it's hard to say, but it's definitely over 14 months right now after you file the adjustment.
After we get the 09
Correct.
permit.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my question.
Almost there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Let's see. Corporate. How to schedule a consultation. Okay. So corporate. Anybody else watching this on YouTube or anywhere else? If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook and Instagram, you see a phone number right here. There's a phone number on the screen. Text this number. I'm also going to put one here on the banner. So use that number. That's the best way to text me, and also submit the form that you see on TikTok right now. And the best, easiest way is to use the phone number in my bio on TikTok. You just use it. It's a simple phone number. You pull it out, you text, and somebody will respond to you, especially when you say, I am doing it from the live. Okay? Mention you did it on the live, so you get the discounted rate for the consultations. All right. That's how you do it. Let's get Shafiq on. All right, Shafiq is not here. I don't see him here. Somehow you disconnected. Okay, let's see here. We have a lot of questions. I've been waiting for over 90 days for my work permit on the C9. How long do they usually take? It's gonna take a while. Over 8 months right now. Thanks, Alta. Appreciate you guys. A lot of good comments. People, clicking the hearts. I want to see more hearts, guys, because that motivates us to keep doing. We're working a lot. Right now, my days are filled with 12-hour days, 12-hour days minimum, or meeting with clients, consultations, doing research, presentations, live videos like this. I'm going to a conference on Wednesday. I'm going to be at the National Immigration Conference for the Immigration Lawyers Association in the United States. I'm going to be doing more lives from the conference. So probably on Thursday, I'm going to do another live from the conference. Corporate, this is a text, not WhatsApp. This number is not WhatsApp yet, but it will be. Yeah, I'll do a live from the conference. Keep you guys updated what we are, with all the stuff that we do over there. So it should be good. All right. Can a beneficiary of I-930 try adjusting status either way their marriage without interruption of his category? Absolutely. You can do it through the work visa, EB1A, EB2. Thanks, Jack. Appreciate it. In any way you can do it. Absolutely. All right. Mang, My F2B visa is still at MVC and completed all my requirements last February 2025. My question is, how long does it take for the MVC to get an interview scheduled in the Philippines? If you are F2B and you're current, right? If you're already current, not just documented complete, you have to make sure that the visa bulletin is current. If you're current, you're looking at 6 months in the Philippines. If you're not current, forget about it. It's going to take a long time. Appreciate it. Thanks, Super. Thank you. We got some good comments, you guys. You guys are good community. We're going to do more things for you guys, more live events, more special things. Like I said, we're building a private membership to be able to do this in a more private setting, because there's a lot of people watching this live. We have a lot of ICE agents that are watching this secretly. I'm telling you, there are ICE agents on this live for sure, and they are following what I'm telling you guys. They're following that information. So sometimes it's important for us to do it in a private setting where we can check who is joining us. And this is coming too. The private membership is coming. It's essential, so we'll be able to share insider information that is good for you guys to know, and also for you to be able to ask your questions without being afraid that somebody's going to identify you, take a screenshot of your face, and then find you. And so the private community is something that I'm building. I think it's essential. I think more people are going to want to be part of this. Candela, you do have a discount for the consultation because you're watching the live. You're getting 10%. You have to claim it though. Can you visa pending cases without getting work permit? No, you have to have a work permit. Candela, can we have a discount for the consultation? I just mentioned you can, 10%. Just text me right now. If you're not going to text me right now, you're not getting a discount. You got to do it through the live. And that's why you're going to send the message right now. All right, guys. So what we're going to do is what about those 26,000 NTAs? Are they reviewing all past approved green cards? No, but they're not reviewing old green cards. But what they are doing is that if you apply for citizenship, then they're going to go hard on your case. They're going to investigate your case more, and they're going to try to figure out what to do with your case. And that will be the form review. But they're not going back and reviewing 25,000 green cards. That's myth. If you want to join the live, I'm just posting a link, Candela, right here. Look at the link. All right, see the link? There's a link I just posted in the comments. Click on the link and you can join the live and ask your question if you want to join the live right now. Why I'm F1 category, I'm married, son of a US citizen over the age of 21. My priority date is July 2016. And I'm DQ'd. When will I get my interview? I'm from Jamaica. You're looking at another year, my friend. It's going to take a while. So yeah, so the link to join the live is right there in the comments. You're welcome to click on it and join, and I'll see you there. All right, let's see here. Good questions on TikTok here. Can I expedite my 45 with work permit under? No, you cannot expedite the 45. 45 is one of those petitions that you cannot expedite. You can't do it. You guys have offices in other states? Yes, we have an office in Connecticut, and we might be opening others in other cities. But right now we have San Diego and Connecticut. But again, everything else is remote. We can help clients in all 50 states. Hi, Clement. Appreciate it. We got some good people here, guys. All right, let's see. We got Dulce here. Dulce, where are you from and what is your question? If you have video, put your video on if you have.
Okay. My question is that I applied for asylum and removal because I do have 2 daughters that are autistic, and my case got approved and closed. But with other rates, can they deport me? Say if they pull me over or I bump into ICE?
So you're saying that your case is now dismissed, right?
Correct. It's been approved and closed, but I'm in the waiting list to receive a green card when available.
Oh no, so you're fine. You are not somebody you've been approved. Okay, you've been approved and you're waiting for your time to file for the green card, correct?
Yes.
So you're fine. You're safe.
Okay. So if
No
they were
worry.
to pull me over, they can't do nothing, right?
Nothing.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. The only people that are exposed are the ones that have no status. Cases are completely removed. Thanks, Emmanuel. Appreciate you guys. So, those of you watching on YouTube, we're going to be ending this live right now in a few minutes. I think Candela was finally able to join. Let's try to see if we can get her back, and then we'll end the live. Let me see here. Oops. Okay, here we go. And then we'll go back to this screen where we have a bunch of people waiting here. Cadella, how are you?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Good.
Where are you located again?
I am in South Florida, Boca Raton.
You're in South Florida. Okay, perfect. So you had a bunch of questions before, but why don't you say it verbally so people can hear it?
What?
Say your questions verbally so people can hear it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So I am waiting for my labor certificate, and our date is May 2023.
What is your category? What is your category?
Other workers or
Are you EB3?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're EB3. If you're other workers, you're EB3.
Okay.
Okay, EB3, and then what?
And then I just got my AA from a state college, and I'm right now on OPT.
Okay.
And I'm working for a my field is education, and so I'm working for a family right now as a nanny, and they offered to sponsor me, but I'm already waiting for my labor certificate. So I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do now.
So let me understand. The labor certification is being done by a separate company.
Yes.
Okay. But you're working for the family kind of under the table in a way.
No. I'm with my OPT.
Oh, with the OPT.
I just started. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's related to your field.
Yeah.
Because you're in education. Got it.
Yeah. Education.
Yeah. I mean, I think that, it depends on how you filed your other case. The family's petition might not be a bad idea because they might be in a different category of the EB3. One could be EB3 other workers, and the other one could be EB3 unskilled as a child caregiver, potentially.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It might be an option to think about it. Again, both are kind of slow a little bit, but I think what you really want to focus on, maybe finding a way to get a visa. So, for example, the company that does the green card will keep doing the green card, but you need to have a visa because once your OPT expires, what are you going to do?
I was thinking I'm going to school again and getting my bachelor's or my AS, but it's very expensive.
Yeah. So that's a good option to get your bachelor's. If you get your bachelor's, that will help you bump your eligibility for green card. You can get an EB2 eventually, which is faster. So maybe it's not such a bad idea, honestly, to go back to school. I know it's expensive, but it will help you. If somebody only has, people, I know people watching, you only have an associate degree. And so you're limited to what kind of green cards you can get. But if you get a bachelor degree and now you have some experience, now you can go and do EB3 skilled, or you can do EB3 or even EB2 sometimes. You know what I mean? I think it's worth it.
Because you mentioned a work visa, but I don't think I can do a work visa, right?
I mean, you're limited to what kind of work visa you can do. You can do maybe an H-2B or an H-3, which is a trainee visa, but those are hard to get because they're very specific. So again, you might be able to get it. Like I said, some people can get it. Like, for example, you are in a very unique area where education, so we can say she needs to be trained more in her field. So she can go and get an H-3 visa with this employer. H-3 it's a trainee visa, right? So potentially the same company that filed for your labor certification could do an H-3 for you as well, right? Okay. We need to look at the elements and say, is this possible or it's a waste of time? And also you can say, if I'm going to get an H3 and I'm going to spend $10,000 to get it versus $40,000 to go back to school, what is better for me? Right? We need to look at those factors. So I think that's something that So yeah, just send me a message.
I did.
And
I
we'll
did.
set up and then we'll set up a consultation. But I think these could be the options for you in the meantime.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm also married, and I thought about doing the au pair program with this family I'm working with, but then my husband wouldn't be able to.
Correct. Exactly. So maybe it's better for you to do like any of the visas I mentioned. You can bring a spouse, right? So that's something that you want. That's why it's better for you to consider that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much. All right, guys. With that, I will be ending the video here on YouTube. We'll stay a little bit more on TikTok. We have more questions to answer here. But for you guys, we'll be back probably on Thursday. I'll do a live from the conference, the National Immigration Lawyers Association conference, with updates. We have a forum with immigration. We have a forum with CBP. And I'll be streaming from those forums, giving you guys the best information, the insider information, which is what we always do for you guys. So thanks for your support. Thanks for always being on our lives. And I'll see you soon.